Hey y'all, welcome back to Holistically Me. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Please, like first things first, y'all, please subscribe, please comment, guys. Like seriously, I want to hear from y'all. I want this to be interactive. So thank you so much for coming back to Holistically Me. Also, it is very important, guys. This is like housekeeping. Like please, I encourage you to follow me on social media. So on Instagram, follow me at Holistically Me. That's WHOLE-ISTICALLY_me. And then on Facebook, Holistically Me. So again, follow me. I'm going to be posting different things like just day-to-day stuff on social media, on Instagram and Facebook. So it's really important that you guys do that. And then of course we'll be mixing in with videos here on YouTube. So that's first things first. Just please do that. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I want to hear what you guys have to say so we can kind of have an exchange and interact. Like I don't want to be talking to myself. It's kind of weird. So today what we're doing, I just wanted to give you guys just a quick glimpse of what's in my seasoning cabinet. Now this clearly is not everything. These are what I call my usual suspects. So on any given day, probably a couple times a day, or a few times a day, depending on how much I'm cooking and what I'm cooking, depending if I have meetings or something like that. These are my usual suspects. Now my seasoning cabinet is literally like 2 cabinets packed full of stuff, so I didn't want to go through everything, but these are things that I really think everybody can use in their day-to-day. Like if I don't have these things, I'm like a nutcase. So first things first that I always have to have, like this is staple number 1, pink Himalayan sea salt. Pink Himalayan sea salt, y'all. So literally I say this is key. As you can see, I go through so many, like this is a new bottle. This is really key, down to if I'm boiling water. I am always using, I don't even have in my cabinet regular iodine salt. I just have this, the pink sea salt. It's much healthier for you. It's better. And let me just say this. A lot of people think that because you're vegetarian or vegan, that if food is nasty, that it's bland. I don't do that. Like, season my food. Like, please don't bring me no food that's not seasoned. Like, I didn't go vegan and just lost all my palate and my taste buds. That's not how that went. So you have to season your food. Before I went vegan, my little brother, I actually have to give shout out to him. Thank you, Marquise. He was the catalyst for me becoming vegan. And I remember having a conversation with him and my grandmother. And you know, of course, it's that whole conversation of being vegan, not being vegan. And, you know, my grandma was like, oh, no, I can't do that. And I like meat. And my brother said, no, you don't. And it was funny. It was funny because he said it like, if you know my brother, he's like real matter of fact, just kind of stoic. And he's like, no, you don't. It's not meat that you like. And she was like, I can't say all the words that she said. We're going to keep it clean on here. But she said some grandma words. Y'all know what grandma words are. Yes, I do. And he was like, no, it's not. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, it's not the meat that you like. It's the flavor. It's the seasoning. And she's arguing him down, y'all. She like, blank, I like meat. I know what I'm talking about. And he was like, okay. He was like, so if you went and bought a pack of chicken from the grocery store and clean it, by all means, we don't want no salmonella, nothing like that. Like you washed it and then you just put it in some grease. Would you eat it? So, grandma being grandma was like, yeah, I'm going to season it up and put some flour on it. He said, no. Since it's the meat that you like, then just wash it and clean it. By all means, clean that thing, y'all. But just put it in some grease and would you eat it? And she was like, well, no, I ain't going to eat it like that. He's like, exactly. So it's not the meat that you like. It's the flavor. It's the seasoning. This is what you do to it. And literally, it's what you do to it, guys. It's vegetables, it's fruit, it's things like that. But it's like, what do you do to it? So if you know the taste you're going after, then those are the seasonings that you use to make it nice. I don't eat anything that's bland and doesn't have taste to it. I'm not that girl. Okay, so moving back. So we got our pink sea salt, ground black pepper. Love it. I know some people get it like already just, you know, ground up. I mean, probably just a personal thing, but I like having my black peppercorns and grinding them up myself. So salt and pepper, of course, these are staples that I feel like people use in just about everything. Next, garlic. Now, here's the thing about garlic. I have garlic in this form, but I always keep, but we're not doing what's in my refrigerator. We're just doing what's in my seasoning cabinet. So I always keep garlic seasoning in my cabinet. I use a lot of fresh garlic as well, but this is always good. This goes in a lot of things for me. So I'm a big Italian-y type person, so garlic goes in that. Garlic goes on everything. When I'm making my vegan fried chicken, and y'all know what that means, y'all know that's cauliflower, I'm always using garlic. Garlic is just a key to me just in a lot of things, whether I'm cooking vegetables or zucchini, squash, anything like that, garlic is key. The next usual suspect that literally put on everything, turmeric, y'all. Turmeric. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this. You gotta be careful with turmeric because it stains. It stains. I repeat, it stains. Okay, y'all? It literally stains. So you got to be careful with it. But turmeric is very, very good for you. I remember meeting an Indian doctor, and he's like, no, literally, you need it daily in everything. Don't necessarily, you don't have to overpower it, but literally, and that's back when I was still eating meat, and I was really scared, so I was like making some fried fish or something, and I started putting turmeric on that with my just regular seasoned salt when I was using seasoned salt and all that kind of stuff. But turmeric is very good. Use it daily on everything. It's really, really good for you. Next thing we have here is basil. So basil is good. To me, this just makes everything like taste more fresh. I don't know why. It just is good, right? So I love basil when I'm like deep frying stuff or anything like that. Basil is another one. Also in anything Italian that I'm making. If I'm making spaghetti or lasagna or like a pasta scampi-ish dish, I'm always using basil. It's just really fresh. It's really good. Moving on from basil, we have oregano. Oregano, of course, I use more basil than I do oregano, but oregano is also another good one. Just really, like I say, for a lot of mainly my Italian dishes, I'm always using oregano. Basil, let me go back to basil. I also use basil when I'm cooking some of my like beans and things like that. So I'm making fresh beans. Basil is also a good thing there. Then, of course, which y'all can kind of see what I use the most of, because this is about almost gone. Italian seasoning. I think y'all know about Italian seasoning. Everything Italian, right? It's just really, really good. Italian seasoning I also use when I'm making eggplant. I think that it just gives it a really, really good, like just rich, deep flavor. After that, we have just parsley. This is like a garnish for me, right? So when I'm making spaghetti or when I'm making it, you don't necessarily have to cook in it and simmer in it, but I like it on top. Just a quick little garnish on top for just anything Italian. It's really good. Y'all can tell I like pastas and things like that. And then what we have here, because I'm a sweet girl too, it's some fresh ground cinnamon. You can use this on anything. I eat a lot of like baked sweet potatoes and things like that, so you can always put a little ground cinnamon in there. And like I say, these are just usual suspects. Like this is probably an eighth of all the seasonings that I use. I particularly get these. You can see these are in these tins here. I like to get my seasonings from the farmer's market because they're always, you can tell like this stuff like literally is super fresh, like super duper fresh. This is the parsley here. So it's really, everything is super fresh from the farmer's market. Also, their pricing is really good. So I particularly like to get everything I can. I get it from the farmer's market. So if you don't know where your local farmer's market is at, please guys find it. You will always find good, fresh things, all types of herbs. The one I go to, literally, it is a wall from A to Z of seasonings. I mean, stuff I had never even heard of. So definitely check out your farmer's market for your seasonings. Get you some usual suspects and season your food. Like, don't feel like you can't season your food because you're vegetarian or vegan. No, let's all love what we eat, but eat healthy. Just literally, let's just all be on that. Do not feel like you can't season your food. If you have any questions about any seasonings or anything like that, please, 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 guys, comment. I am here to be whatever I need to be. My goal is to help people. I was not always this way. It literally took me, and you guys will see my story coming forward on YouTube, but it literally took me dealing with a life-changing disease to get to where I am today. So I'm now 11 years in this journey. So anything that I can do to help somebody, I am here for it. Like, I'm here for it. You got a question, I'm your girl. Ask your girl. Please do not ask me and say, oh, I would. Ask me, y'all. Like, seriously. Ask me. I refuse to know something and not share it. So whether you need some help with some meal planning, you don't know what to do, you like, girl, I'm stuck, I can't think of not another vegan vegetarian meal. Like, seriously, comment. Again, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Please like, please comment. Again, just reminder, please check me out on social media, because I'll be posting like just day-to-day stuff there, just like even some products that I use there, just to give people tips and, you know, kind of little tips and tricks of just day-to-day stuff. So again, on Instagram, that's holistically_me, and it's spelled WHOLE-istically me. And then on Facebook, it's holistically me. So forget the underscore on Facebook. Again, thank y'all so much for coming and watching this video. I look forward to your comments. I look forward to this continuing, again, this journey with you and getting some really good dialogue. All right, love y'all.